Hi Flosstube, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Just a little quick intro to this video that I'm about ready to post. This is probably going to be almost a 2-hour long video of a stitch with me that I did on my in-laws' front porch yesterday when we were still in West Virginia. It took me a little while to get it, I guess, edited and uploaded because this morning I woke up with basically a stomach issue and I wasn't feeling really good at all. I don't know if it was something I ate last night. Maybe I had like mild food poisoning, but yeah, it wasn't a good thing this morning. So I really didn't feel like watching my video and inserting the pics and everything like that until I got home. We got home from West Virginia earlier tonight. We're home. I'm resting. I'm going to be stitching some this tonight just to relax. But anyway, I just wanted to give a quick intro to my video. I hope you enjoy this. It's probably going to be a 2-hour long video. I don't know how long it's going to take YouTube to upload it, but it's a pretty long one. So I hope you enjoy it. This is just kind of a stitch with me video that I recorded in parts this weekend while I was sitting on my in-laws' front porch on Saturday, enjoying the nice Ohio, West Virginia weather that we had. It wasn't real hot, and it was a little humid, but because the sun wasn't out most of the day, the temperature stayed low, so it was actually quite tolerable outside. So because of the bad week I had, I just spent most of my afternoon alone on the porch stitching, because that's kind of just what I really needed to do. I just needed some downtime. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for subscribing. Leave your comments and questions and whatever below. I don't know how many of the links I'm going to get up underneath it and how many of the pictures I'm going to add. It just really depends. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. I just wanted to give you a little blurb that this video might be a little on the long side. So take it for what it's worth and enjoy. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you hopefully this next weekend in West Virginia again. Thanks. Bye. So hi Flosstube, this is Tina Frazier. I'm out on my in-laws' front porch again. I'm going to do a little stitch with me video hopefully so you guys can see you know, the river. We have the Ohio River behind me, big tree. I might actually move this a little bit this way so you can see a little bit more. Yeah, I'm sitting on the front porch. It's Saturday, June 2nd, roughly going on 11:45 in the morning Eastern time. And just going to sit on the porch and stitch. You might be able to hear the softball games in the background. I'm watching them on my phone today. Yeah, it's quite overcast here in Williamstown, West Virginia, Marietta, Ohio. Marietta is across the river over there. You could probably see the people on the river kayaking. They're right in front of the red car. They're like right there. They're kayaking on the river. It's just going to be kind of a lazy kind of stitch with me kind of morning. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of let this run and work. My project, my chosen project for this weekend is the Amid Amish Life thing. I'm working on this section of the pattern. I'm actually working in this area. I'm hoping to get the clouds and stuff up in here done, and that's my goal for this weekend as I eat my hair. But anyway, so this is what I'm working on today. So hopefully I'll be able to get some progress. Let me show you where I've started. Where I'm starting from. This is, I'm doing this on 32 count Mercedes Lugana from Picture This Plus. Mercedes is the color of the thing, so you can kind of see where I've started. You can see the hills and the trees. This diagonal section here, that's the roof line of the extension on the house, and then my little gypsy wagon needle minder. So that's where I'm starting today. So hopefully you guys can all see that. I've got my floor frame with my working bars on it here. So there you go. The floor frame that I have here is one of the I think it's Edwards, one of the inexpensive ones you can buy at like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, whatever. Okay, let's just slide this over a little bit so it doesn't fall. So it doesn't hopefully fall off. Sorry about the shaking there. I've got my laptop propped up on a box. So anyway, yeah. The floor frame that I'm using is one of the Edmonds ones, and these bars here, the bars that my Q-snaps and frames sit on, is something that I made myself. This is basically a 2x1/2 inch. I think it's a 2x1/2 inch piece of oak trim that I cut down into 3 pieces. It was like a 6-foot piece. I cut down into like 2.5 sections and a 1.5 section. And then I drilled the holes. I drilled the holes here so I can move it up and down, make it bigger. These slide. These move in and out. These arms move in and out, so I can use wider frames with it. And these are just little dowel rods that I put in there. But this was a thing that I came up with myself after seeing a couple other people's frames that they use, and I wanted something for myself. This is nice because this pops out of the clamp, and I can take this with me. I have a grip it floor stand at home that I use. Anyway, so this is kind of how I work. So the Q-snaps, they just kind of rest on the pegs. I stitch two-handed, so I stitch two-handed. So having this thing that I can rest any kind of frame on is really nice. I really like that a lot. But anyway, so I will settle down for a while and get to stitching. So you may hear me, you may not. I may talk, I may not, I don't know yet. Oh, you can see the barge on the river. I don't know, it looks like they're hauling salt, maybe? On the green barges, it looks like they might be hauling salt. But this is kind of life on the Ohio River, the West Virginia side of the Ohio River. I'll show you a little bit this way. You can see the Williamstown Bridge. Don't mind the shaking. That's the Williamstown Bridge from Williamstown, West Virginia to Marietta, Ohio. The buildings across the river are the buildings of downtown Marietta, Ohio. If you can see right here, this building with the blue awnings. Sorry, this building here with the blue awnings. That's the Lafayette Hotel, downtown Marietta, Ohio. Restaurants and stuff along Front Street and everything like that. So yeah, this is my day today. I'm just going to be stitching. It's very overcast. It's kind of humid. It may end up raining at some point. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of stitching as I watch the traffic on the Ohio River on a lazy Saturday. So this is kind of like my hermit and stitch weekend. So anyway, I hope you like it. You'll get to see a little bit of how I stitch, hopefully. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But anyway, so here we go. This is like one of my favorite places to sit and stitch. So, I've got the river across the way. Yeah, so it's kind of nice. Most of the rest of the family is actually inside because quite a few of them have allergies and they can't stand the humidity, and the allergens down here are pretty high. So a lot of them will not be out here joining me. But I'm enjoying it because I just needed time to decompress after the week I've had. It's been kind of a bad week at work, and it hasn't been eye-opening because I know that this feeling of my department not really being valued for the work that we have been doing for the last 4 years, and management is really looking, I think, at ways of just letting us go and absorbing what we do into other areas. So it's this week was kind of not really eye-opening because we know that already, but yeah, let's just say that one of the businesses that we do work for kind of threw us under the bus to management, kind of unfounded, and my manager and I weren't really happy, and it's just frustrating because I just wish that they would make up their minds and let us know like how long we have, because this whole not knowing how permanent our job is really kind of for the birds. So anyway, I hope you can enjoy this. I'm just gonna get to stitching now. I think you can see, yeah, you can see that bridge that's way over there, in the post over here that's over this way. That bridge is a railroad bridge that goes across the Muskingum River. That's where the Muskingum River meets the Ohio River. This river here, this is the Ohio River, and that river over there is the Muskingum River. So, yeah, you kind of get, Marietta, Ohio is where the confluence of where the Muskingum River meets the Ohio River. And barges go up and down the river all the time. So, yeah. You might be able to still see that barge there. But, anyway. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And down here is the boat dock. You can see there's a truck putting the boat in the river. So, yeah. Anyway. So, I'm going to let this run probably until the battery runs out. So, anyway, let me get started, and I will get started stitching. So, I have to put in I have to put my eyes on. I don't really need glasses, but it helps eye strain for me. These are prescription glasses, but I don't need to wear them all the time. I have really good far vision, and anytime I wear glasses, anytime I wear my glasses to stand up and walk around, I get that funhouse like distorted effect. So really the only time that I wear these is when I'm sitting down reading or cross-stitching or working at work or doing something. So that's that. Oh, there's a couple of things that I kind of wanted to mention though. One of the things that I wanted to bring up, I've been watching this new to me Flosstube channel. The person is Stitchy Ryan, STITCHY RYAN, Stitchy Ryan, and he's been he started Flosstube a couple of years ago, and he's up to like 40 some episodes now, and he's actually really kind of nice. He's younger. I think he's in his early, at least a couple of years ago, he was in his early 20s, and he has a lot of similar taste to me, but he seems like a really nice stitcher, and I've been enjoying his videos that I've seen so far. I think I'm up to like number 7 or 8, but I've been enjoying his videos. I've also been watching Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching, and they're as always hilarious, and it's just a lot of fun. So anyway, on to that. On to the whatever out here. Alright. Let me sit a little forward in here. And I also use a magnifier. It just helps bring this stuff out a little closer. I don't necessarily need it. It just helps me, and it helps with my eye strain. One of the things about my stitching, I use the loop start method and the pin stitch to end my floss, so I don't have to keep flipping over my fabric and burying threads. I learned the pin stitch a couple of months ago, and it's really kind of helped my stitching just, kind of go. I've enjoyed it very much, and I find too that, with the pin stitch, I don't see where I've ended the threads because it actually kind of blends into everything else. I'm sure if you used a magnifier and got really close, you could see the pin stitch, but yeah, anyway, it's kind of nice being able to do that. So yeah, on this piece I'm doing 2 strands of floss over 2. This is a 32 count, and that fabric is actually it's actually, because the fabric has been hand dyed, The fabric has shrunk a little bit, so it's actually more like a 35 count per se, but I'm stitching on it as if it was a 32 count. So I'm actually looking forward to getting this piece farther along today. So I shall do that. One of the couple of the things that I use, I probably talked about this before. My favorite needles so far, my favorite go-to needles are the John James Tapestry Petite needles, size 28. I really like these because they fit through pretty much any hole, and they're shorter, so I can use more of the floss. But these are my go-to needle. I haven't tried Bowen needles. I'd really like to. I just don't own any to try. But these are my go-to, the John James Tapestry Petites. And I have Thread Heaven. I actually have two things at Thread Heaven. I have two things at Little Thread Heaven, but I also use Thread Magic. So this is my working Thread Heaven. I suppose I should probably start using that up too. But yeah, it's I gotta clean it out. It's got fuzz. I don't know how you guys clean the Thread Heaven, the fuzz off the Thread Heaven. If anybody has any tips on, besides just scraping the top layers off, and wasting some of it to get the fuzzies off, how you guys deal with getting all the fuzzies off your Thread Heaven or Thread Magic? Any tips you can provide would be great. I've had this Thread Heaven for a little while. You can see it's pretty into the cup. I don't know if you can see that from here. But, I've had this one for a while. And then when they announced that they were no longer going to be in production of this, I bought a brand new one. So I have a brand new Thread Heaven too. But I also have a thing of Thread Magic. I've been using this. Thread Magic and Thread Heaven are basically the same thing. But this is Thread Magic. You can get this at like Joann's and Michael's and places like that. Yeah, so that's kind of about it. This is just my little stitch bag. It's got needles and threads on it. It's really cute. I think I got this at my local needle workshop. I don't remember. I've had this forever, so I think I'm going to use Thread Heaven today. Just kind of go with that. And for a laying tool, I use a trolley needle. Mine's kind of bent, which is really weird. But I use a trolley needle. I don't know if you can see that. It goes on my finger. I stick it on my ring finger, kind of backwards. So as I'm stitching, I just lay this down and pull my threads over it, and it works pretty well. You can find tutorials online for doing this, for using a trolley needle. So this is my trolley needle. All right, time to figure out where I need to go. So, let's see. Where do I want to go? To consult my pattern here. I'm going to try and keep this so you can't really see the pattern. Yeah, and I have the magazine just in a sheet protector. That's kind of how I'm doing it. I have all three pieces in a sheet protector with me. I'm going to be stitching all three of the patterns in one big piece. So, yeah. All right. Up there. 1, 2. 1, 2. And there. So, if I do that, there isn't any more of that until way over there, which I'm not there yet. So, I can do that. All right. I don't know that you'll be able to get much of the pattern. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I'm best off just putting this here. Alright, so I'm looking for that color. That color is 208. Oh, this is where the lavender comes in. Alright, 208. I also keep my floss. I've probably talked about this. All my floss, all my DMC floss, I keep in floss away bags. It's just easier for me. And the floss away, the bags or the colors that I'm not using at home, I keep in the plastic shoe boxes that you can get for like $1 or $2. And they're in DMC number order. I pretty much have all the colors now because I bought the new 35 colors from Hobby Lobby like a week or two back. So I have all the new colors. I don't know that I still, at one point in time I had a full set of DMC floss, but I don't think I have them anymore. I'm going to have to double check, but I don't think I have the full set anymore. I know I don't have all of the variegated floss. I also don't have all the light effects and everything, but yeah. Close that 208. Alright. So I get to add my first bit of lavender to this. That's exciting. So yeah, I use floss away bags. When I pull my threads from the skein, you know, a lot of people probably do this the same way. Where's my ending? Well, that's just really goofy. Come on. Where's my end? What? Where is my end? Yep, there we go. So, alright. There's my end. So, basically what I do is I hold it, hold the skein, and this is the recommended way to pull it out. You basically hold it by the small wrapper end, and then pull it out. There's one. You can see it gets up to this side. This is 2, and this is 3. I usually pull it out for three sections of floss, and then I'll trim it there. That's just the more comfortable. Let's dig out my scissors. That's just a more comfortable length of floss for me that I've kind of came across just over the years I've been stitching. I got started stitching back in 1989 when my freshman year in college, in the fall of 1989. A couple of my college dorm mates were stitching in their room one Saturday afternoon, and I was looking for something to do, so I wandered over to their room, and they sat me down and taught me how to stitch, and that was the end of that. And then I pull one strand of floss, because since I use the loop method, I take one strand of floss and fold it in half for my 2 strands, and I thread the loose ends through the needle and use the fold area as my start. I do the loop start. And I technically do a modified loop start because instead of like flipping my piece over and going to the back and anchoring the thread that way, I'll pull the thread down through the top of the fabric until the loop is almost there. Oh, I have to fix this. Sorry, my camera fell over. My laptop fell over. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. We'll fix this though. So, hi Flosstube again. This is me. I've kind of changed my position on the porch a little bit. After the camera or the laptop kind of tipped over last time, I ended up recording another probably 20-30 minutes and then had to go to take a bathroom break. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that the video recording had stopped, so it actually didn't get much of anything of what I recorded after that. So there's some things that I talked about that I don't remember what I talked about in that time that the video recording had stopped. But anyway, I'm gonna actually slide this a little bit this way and move my drink a little bit. My drink of choice today is Coca-Cola. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. That's one of my favorite Coke commercials from long time ago. But anyway, I changed the location of my laptop. You can see the Williamstown bridge now. And you can also see the dock area that's down at the river on the West Virginia side, across from Marietta, Ohio. So I'm actually going to continue my Stitch with Me video. And it's a little bit later because we've also eaten lunch. I've walked the dog, Rose the dog, she went back inside, and a couple other things. But it's a little later in the afternoon now. It's probably going on close to 2 o'clock, I would imagine, somewhere around there. I'm just going to continue sitting on the front porch and talking. There's a couple of things I mentioned in the video before that didn't record about some of the products that I use. I may actually go back. Like, I think I was talking about the Lavishea lotion bars. I don't know if you can see this from the video because it's kind of washed out since I'm outside and my laptop screen isn't showing, but I'm using Lavishea lotion bars. I think I talked about my trolley needle, which is the laying tool that I use. I probably talked about that before. I know I was talking about thread heaven and stuff like that, but also I think I had mentioned that at one point my husband is going to be looking at getting me a new video camera for my thing. I don't know if the software that I have that captures video from my Sony Handycam will allow me to capture a video of me stitching like from the top so you can actually see my stitching. I'll have to play with the setups at home just to see if I can do that for you. But unfortunately this Stitch With Me video is just kind of me at a distance with the background in it. I think you'll get kind of a little better view of the you know, the river this way and the life on the river and just the day. It's really overcast still. It hasn't rained yet. It still feels a little sticky like it might rain, but we haven't seen any rain. And I hopefully the sound will come through on this and you'll be able to hear me okay. I'm not sure with the laptop being a little farther away from me and at a different angle if you'll be able to get the same quality of sound. But there's a fairly nice breeze blowing. You can see my hair is blowing in the breeze a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to continue stitching. We've had lunch. It's just going to be a relaxing afternoon, and I'm just going to stay out here on the front porch and just kind of stitch the afternoon away. So I'm probably going to pause this. Yeah, I probably should do that right now, actually. I'm going to pause this and plug in my laptop so the laptop battery doesn't die on me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. See if I can find out where the mouse is, because I don't know where the mouse is. I have my mouse here. I'm trying to figure out where the pointer is on this. Well, I can't find it, so I'm going to have to stand up and take a look at the screen and do this. So sorry about the view. There it is. I'm going to pause and plug in my laptop. Alright, so my laptop is plugged in and I'm going to get back to stitching. So anyway, you might be able to hear the softball games in the background again. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll just continue to do that. Continue to stitch. Not really going on. Not really much going on. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping for you though. Wanted to say hi to all my new subscribers that have joined me since my last video. I want to thank you guys for all your comments. I didn't write down any of the questions that might have been asked, but I will save the Q&A for that part until another video coming up soon. But yeah, more or less, you know, I talked about some of the projects I use. Like some of my favorite needles, lotions, and stuff like that. Let's see. I'm just looking at my notes. I have notes taken here. I mentioned, I think, Stitchy Ryan. Yeah, I've been watching Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. I've been watching Stitcherista, Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching, and quite a few others. Mostly this week, though, it's been a Women's College World Series and softball. The finals are this weekend. So, there is that. How did that get stuff all over it? What the heck is that? My fabric has something red on it. Something red. That is just really weird. I don't know what that is. Fabric has something red on it, and I don't know what that is. Huh, I just noticed that. Well, that's not good. Alright, well, I don't know what that is, but it's on Anyway, here we go. Back to stitching. Oops. Did I do that? I'm going to put my mouse up here as well for my computer. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go until this thing just doesn't want to record anymore. So this might be a little bit of a longer video, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry, not sorry for that. Yeah, so you'll be able to see the people pulling their boats in and out of the water dock down there. Just the general stuff going on. You might be able to still see the Lafayette with the blue awnings. You may not. I don't know exactly where it's cutting off over there. But anyway, so back to stitching. I was doing that color. Have to get my eyes on. Clean my eyes off. Need it? Yeah, I need it just a little bit. Clean my eyes off. And then I'll get back to stitching. So, at one point in time, I think I talked about this before, at one point in time, you know, using floss conditioner versus dampening the floss versus licking the floss versus using no floss conditioner versus, you know, whatever you choose to do for your floss. Stitcherista recently did, I probably talked about this, and if I did, just, you know, kind of ignore me. But she recently did a video on a product review for a little floss dampener sponge in a little plastic container that one of the companies that she orders stuff from was is selling on their website. I believe it's like 1-2-3 Stitch or Everything Cross Stitch or something, but they're fairly inexpensive. I think she paid $1.75 for hers, and it's basically a little sponge in a container that you get wet, and you run your floss over it before you stitch with it. It helps to straighten out the floss and allows the floss to lay flatter, almost as if you were like railroading or using a laying tool to make your stitches look even, and your threads lay side by side as opposed to twisting. Your threads will lay side by side. I don't know if you can see that side by side, and it just makes your overall stitching look a little better. But anyway, she was doing a product review, and I used to use a sponge, not anymore though. I kind of went over to Thread Heaven and or Thread Magic, which is that waxy substance that a lot of people use. I was originally just using it for blending filaments in metallic threads, but then I just started using it for regular thread as well. I'd probably still dampen my floss, except I don't really need it because I don't bobbinate, so I don't get the creases in my floss, and I don't need to wet my floss to get the creases out from the bobbins. So, yeah. Anyway, so she was talking about that, but I really don't have a whole lot to talk about, so I think I'm just going to get on to stitching and kind of go from there and see where we're at. I took a close-up picture earlier on my phone of my stitching progress on here, so I will actually insert that here for you. Here. Just so you can see it and see what my stitching looks like so far. I'm pretty happy with it, so we shall see. And you might be able to pick out my pin stitch and everything, my pin stitches that I use to finish the floss. So anyway, I will get on with it, and we shall make a day of it, everybody. Double check that again. Okay, so that goes there. Adjusted my chair a little bit. Move my thing closer to me. Move my thing down. So I think I told you I do a little modified loop.
we were in a Stitch-a-thon. That's not what it's called. What's it called?
Stitch along.
Stitch along.
You guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I'm not talking too much. I'm just trying to enjoy my stitching and to get some stuff, just to get some stuff done. I haven't had a lot of stitching time. I haven't felt like stitching. So. Not that I'm getting stitching done. It feels wonderful out here, you guys. This breeze feels amazing. You can really see my hair blowing in the breeze. Yeah, my hair is blowing in the breeze. This breeze feels amazing. I have my shoes off, so my feet are getting nice and aired out. It feels wonderful out here, you guys. This breeze is amazing. I wish you guys could all be here with me stitching. There's this Facebook group called the Crochet Crowd. Well, the two guys behind the group, that's a big group. The two guys behind the group, the Crochet Crowd, Mike and his partner, they are hosting a crochet cruise today, or this weekend. Actually, I think it's this week. And I'm kind of jealous because I'd really like to take a cruise. And if I could take a cruise and do some of the stuff I love to do, that would be great. Oh my God, just to have a cruise and be on the cruise ship somewhere stitching, enjoying myself, just kind of hanging out. I would love that. I don't know if they have a cross-stitch cruise. If they did, I would consider going. Is anybody out there in Flosstube land that ever went on a cruise to do nothing but some friends that also share your same love of cross stitch or whatever craft you do. Have any of you out there ever been on like a crochet cruise or anything like that? If so, let me know. I'd like to hear your feedback and your experiences with that, because I actually really think I would love to do that. I know there's a river cruise boat that goes up and down the river that actually stops across the river in Marietta a couple times a year. I think it's called the Delta Queen. But those river cruises, just the cruise alone, can run $4,000 and $5,000. Seems like an awful lot of money to me. But it seems like it would be hella fun, just to go out on a cruise like that. But this weather is just absolutely beautiful, you guys. I could stay out here and stitch in this weather all year long. Because actually the breeze is keeping the bugs away too. Mosquitoes don't like breezes or wind, so the bugs aren't biting, which is good. You guys, that's kind of exciting. I actually get to put in the clouds on this. Yeah, I'm actually almost at the clouds, so that's exciting. this. I'm gonna pin stitch over here, you guys. Pin stitch the first half of my stitch. There's lots of good tutorials online for doing the pin stitch, you guys. Shit. Sorry, didn't mean to cuss. Sorry, not sorry, didn't mean to cuss. You know, I think I'm just gonna pull this extra little bit off and do my traditional loop start instead of doing that. You know, I actually have to tighten this just a little bit. There we go. That's better. I don't necessarily need the magnification on this, but it just helps eye strain and all that. So let's see, UCLA advanced to the semifinals. They play again tomorrow, or maybe even later tonight, I don't know. The tournament's kind of interesting though so far. Arizona State was bumped out. No. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have bracket. You can find the Women's College World Series bracket online. Boats on the river today. I'm actually surprised there aren't more boats on the river today, but okay. Done with this color for now. Itchy. I think I'm just going to be done with this piece. Put this piece back in the bag for use later. Oh my god, I'm just enjoying this immensely. This is amazing. Drinking twice a day is Coke. Probably said that before. Alright, so we did that. That right, 9:32. It's really pretty on here. The greens and the browns. 32. 1, 2, 3. That's my preferred length of floss to cut. I think I said that earlier. Wow, this color is actually going to blend in really well with the fabric, you guys. So if you're wondering what kind of blue this Mercedes Lugana from Picture This Plus is, it's very, very close to DMC 932. I wish I could show you this a little clearer, but yeah, this blue, the blue in this fabric is very similar to DMC 932. So if you're ever wondering if you're ever going to order Mercedes Lugana from Picture This Plus, it's very similar to DMC 932. So there's a little hint for you in case you were wondering. DMC 932. Through the needle. So I'm going to do that. It's 2 and 2. I don't think you can see. You're not going to be able to see the pattern if I leave it up here. So we'll just do that. Down there. Yeah. Watch the boats on the river. Long time ago, I have a story. Long time ago, when I used to travel with my grandparents, you know, basically up until I was a sophomore in high school, my grandma died in 1986. I used to travel in the summer with my grandparents, and there was one summer I learned the hard way that you should always pack your swimsuit, because you can roll up your swimsuit into a little teeny bitty thing. It doesn't take up much more room than a pair of socks. In fact, it takes about as much room as a pair of socks. But you should always make sure you have your swimsuit with you, because you never know when the opportunity is going to arise for you to go swimming. So I was on this trip with my grandparents in the summer, and I think I was probably 12 or 13 at the time, and we went to visit some friends or relatives or something, somewhere out in like Wyoming, Colorado area, somewhere out there. And the people that we went to visit, they had this property, I think it was in Colorado. They had this property that was kind of near a lake in Colorado. And they had a boat. They had a little speedboat kind of thing. And they were water skiers. So they had water ski equipment and everything. Well, it was a nice day that Saturday that we were there visiting. So we all decided to go out on the boat and everything. Well, see, I had this opportunity to learn how to water ski that day. And I didn't have a swimsuit. All I had were these basically like capris, Bermuda shorts and a t-shirt, a really nice t-shirt. And, you know, I had my life vest on because everybody on the boat had to wear their life vest just for safety. And I really wanted to learn how to water ski. And they were going to teach me. But because I had kind of a fairly new outfit on, you know, and lake water isn't exactly the greatest water in the world. My grandma said, no, I don't want you getting in the water in your clothes. I'm not going to let you get down to your underwear and your bra just to go learn how to ski. And I was like, oh, you party pooper. Grandma was a party pooper at that point in time. So I learned the hard way to always make sure you take a swimsuit with you, no matter where you go. Because you just never know when you're going to have the chance to, you know, go swimming or whatever. So that's something that I've kind of always taken with me. And I brought that up because, you know, the people getting on the river. There's a couple of kayakers down there. That trailer, that black trailer that's there. There's some kayakers down there. I am actually really surprised that the boat dock parking lot isn't more full. You know, you can see the people here that have pulled in. There's probably room for a good 20, 30 more trucks and boats. But there's just not a lot of people out on this side of the river today, which is surprising to me because it's a nice day out for it. It's not rainy or anything. So it could be after the extended holiday weekend last weekend that maybe people just aren't getting out on the water. I don't know. But kind of surprises me that there aren't more people. Where am I? Oh. Oh, I'm right there. Okay. That makes a little more sense. I was just trying to figure out where I was at because I lost my place. But yeah. It's an absolutely gorgeous day out here, you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, this is 36 minutes. The other video is about 20 some. So, we're looking at a little over an hour so far. I don't know if you want me to continue going, but I will continue going. This video may take a while to upload once I splice it. So, but yeah. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you enjoy stitching with me. This long Stitch with Me video is just an experiment, really. Am I doing this even right? Yeah, okay. Maybe if I turn it this way, I'll be able to visualize it a little easier. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying this immensely. I actually really kind of needed this. I actually really did need this today. Ellen was here, Ellen would be sitting out here with me. So the next week or two, I might not be doing much in the way of stitching because I have to make a baby shower gift for Megan, who is staying here, living here now, helping with care for Dylan's, my husband's dad, since his wife passed away, Ellen, since she's now passed away. He needs care. Not necessarily 24/7 care, but he needs somebody to be here with him pretty much most of the time. Just to make sure that he doesn't fall, that his blood pressure doesn't drop, stuff like that. She's having a baby. Her baby shower's in, like, the first weekend in July. And she bought and sent me a pattern for a Link outfit for her baby. Link, for those of you that don't know, Link is a video game character, and she really likes Legend of Zelda. So she found a pattern and sent it to me to crochet this Link outfit for her baby. So I actually have to get started on that. It doesn't look like it's going to take me very long, but I don't know how well written the pattern is going to be. So I haven't really taken a look, an in-depth look at the pattern for it. I have the yarn. I went to Hobby Lobby and bought the I Love This Yarn brand of yarn for the thing, because the Hobby Lobby yarn is the softest yarn that I know of. The yarn is made in Turkey, and the I Love This Yarn brand of yarn is only available at Hobby Lobby. It's like the Hobby Lobby brand of yarn. So when I get home, I've got to work on that for her. I meant to bring some of the yarn with me today, or this weekend, but I don't know what it's doing. it lock up? I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. My phone is locked up. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I have to make that for her baby. I'm probably gonna make it in a couple of different sizes, except for the sword. So she has a couple of different sizes to choose from when she puts it on her baby. And that way the baby won't necessarily grow out of it either as fast after the baby's born. She's having a boy. Dylan and I were the first ones to find out what it is. She didn't even know what it is, what it was, until a day or two later when her and her mom opened up the results from the ultrasound. But she wanted one of us to at least find out what it was, so we found out what it was. So we knew she was having a boy before she knew she was having a boy. So that was pretty cool. There's a barge coming up the river. You can see that there. Yep. There's a barge coming up the river. I think you can see that. Maybe. Should be able to see that. I'm not sure what you're looking at over there. See the barge pushing up the river. This is what life is like on the Ohio River, you guys. Just kind of quiet and just kind of peaceful. I'm going to miss the days when I no longer can come down here and visit. This tremendously. It's riding really high off the river. Yeah, the barge looks pretty empty, so I don't think he's hauling anything right now. ESPN app during the softball game froze, so I had to restart it. Things I talked about earlier in the video that I thought I was recording but didn't. Marietta, Ohio, a long time ago when my mother-in-law was still alive. My mother-in-law's been dead. My husband's real mom has been dead probably almost going on probably 20 years now, almost 20 years. It's been a while. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I will get back to my story after a bit. So, let me go ahead and pause. Hi, so sorry about that. I just had to take a little potty break, and also my sister-in-law and my niece, they headed out to head back home for the weekend. Anyway, I was telling you a story. Had to do, started off with telling you about my mother-in-law who'd passed about 20 years ago, and I don't remember where I was going with that story, so yeah, I'm probably just gonna sit here and stitch a while, listen to more stuff, and just kind of hang out. So I'm not sure how much longer this is gonna be, so hopefully, you know, the fact that this video might be close to 2 hours by the time I'm done. I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. I don't know how much longer I'm going to record. I may just stop it in an hour. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to stop it right here and wish you all well. I got some stitching progress done on the piece since I've been sitting here. So you guys can kind of see the stitching progress. I got the purples and the blues up in this area kind of worked on and done a little bit. But my goal is the clouds actually start above here in white and gray. So I'm going to work on the clouds, and I'm just going to kind of work this way. Some on here to kind of get that. Once I get up there, I might actually work on a row of the border, just so you get an idea where the border's at on this. But yeah, so that's kind of where I got today. With the Stitch With Me is up here, even after the break. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed stitching with you and talking with you a little bit. You'll probably see a little bit more. I'm probably going to just stop this video and then just record some more. I'm not probably going to talk a lot, talk very much. Just so you know, if I decide to add more, or you say you want to see more, I can do like more Stitch With Me just so you can see all the activity on the river for the rest of the afternoon. It's going on 3:45, almost 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time on June 2nd. So we're just going to call it a day. I'd like to wish you guys a relaxing weekend. I hope we get out of your way so you can see over here a little bit. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my Stitch With Me video. Hopefully I'll be able to record another video next week. My husband and I are planning on stopping back down here for the weekend next weekend, because the weekend after that is our board game convention. Origins Game Fair. It's a big board game convention in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know if you guys know Gen Con or have heard of Gen Con. Gen Con's probably one of the biggest board game conventions in the United States. Origins is a pretty close second, and it's downtown at the convention center in Columbus. So my husband and I are going to be spending basically Wednesday through Sunday at the convention center. Not this coming week, but the week after. And that's always a fun time. It's always very tiring, so you probably won't see a video from me. If I don't do one this next coming weekend, which might actually be another Stitch With Me video, depending on the weather. Yeah, so anyway, I'll try and include my video next weekend. We'll probably include some haul if I've gotten anything new. I don't know if I'm going to my cross-stitch store this week or not for the Stitch Night. I'm not sure exactly what my plans are. Just really kind of depends on work and just all the things going on life-wise. But yeah, anyway, so that's about it from the West Virginia side of the Ohio River, overlooking Marietta, Ohio, across the river. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and just happy stitching, buy all the things, stitch all the things, bead all the things, do all the things you want. Or don't do all the things, depending on, you know, if you want some downtime. But yeah, so just take care, and we'll see you soon. And just remember, keep on keeping on. Well, hi again, it's just me. I'm just kind of extending the video that I just finished taking. I'm just going to sit here and stitch some more, just to be quiet and just stitch some more and just relax. I don't know how much talking I'm going to do. I'm not planning on doing any more talking. If I happen to remember the story in my last video that I was going to tell you, then I'll tell you, but other than that, I'm just going to sit here and stitch. So I'm going to enjoy the weather, sit here and stitch, and just enjoy myself. So yeah, here we go. More time stitching. Enjoy. Just not funny. Somebody's playing with me because I lost my pattern. Well, okay. So, I will be back. Enjoy your view. Enjoy your view. I've got to go find my pattern. Yep. Oh, it's over there. Let's see. Across. Good. Sorry, you guys. I lost my pattern. Here's my pattern. Here's my pattern. I'm still working on a mid-Amish life. Oh, one of the things that I just recently got all into, actually just last night, Megan, who has been helping take care of the in-laws since my mother-in-law was diagnosed with cancer back in February. She really likes the Outshine fruit bars, the frozen fruit bars that are basically like popsicles that you can get at the store. She had bought a 4-pack of popsicle flavors. Tangerine, strawberry, grape, and pineapple. She doesn't like the grape and pineapple popsicles, so she's told us to go ahead and eat them because she doesn't really care for them. She can't eat the pineapple because of her pregnancy. So I had one of the pineapple ones. Oh my god, those things are amazing, you guys. It's the Outshine fruit bars that you can get in the frozen food section. It's with the popsicles and stuff. The pineapple has real chunks of pineapple in it, and it's so yummy. Oh my word, they are so good, you guys. So, if you're ever looking for a nice summer treat, I'll probably have one after a little while. If you're ever looking for a nice summer treat, try the Outshine fruit bars. Oh my god, you guys, those are so amazing. I'm going to have to stop and get us some. Because I think, actually, if you chunk up the pineapple bars and put them in a bowl, and add 7-Up to make a fruit punch, I think that would be amazing. I haven't had the grape yet, but Outshine fruit bars are amazing. It's one of the things I'm all into right now, as of last night. So, anyway, that's it. So, yeah, I am continuing with my amid Amish life thing here. So, there we go. Got my pattern back. Stick it back up here. Oh, I need to put my eyes back on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is it. Yeah. And this is it for this area. Well, already then. You can hear the geese. I wish I had a way to hold my pattern here so I could look at it. I think I do at home, I just don't know where any of it would be at. So, yeah, that would be awful nice if I could come up with something like that. Alright. Did that, I did that. I'm going to fill it in. I need the squigglies. The little squiggly line, which is 931 medium. 931. 931 is a little darker blue. Should have figured that. Yeah, so I told you that in my last little segment of video that this fabric, 32 count Mercedes Lugana by Picture This Plus, is actually really similar to DMC 931. In case you were considering ordering some from Picture This Plus, look up DMC 931, and that's basically the color of the fabric. It's modeled so it looks like sky, you know, with clouds, thin clouds through it. But DMC 931, at least my dye lot for this fabric is very similar to DMC 931. This nice lazy day. This is my Hermit and Stitch weekend, since I missed Hermit and Stitch weekend a couple weeks ago. And my Hermit and Stitch weekend, the Hermit and Stitch weekend that's coming up, IHSW, is the weekend of Origins Game Fair in Columbus. So I'm not going to be able to Hermit and Stitch that weekend much because I'll be at the convention center with several thousand other people playing board games and buying stuff. My husband and I, every year, we save up all our coins that we collect, like our change, and we pull all our change together in June and use that money as spending money for the Origins game fair. And every year we end up going with about $600 to $700, which is a lot to spend, but you know, by the time you paid for food and parking and all that other stuff to get into the convention, you know, that $600 or $700 goes quick. But one of the things that's been helping us the last couple of years is that, you know, our washing machine and our dryer have been kind of on the fritz for a while. And they don't really work that well. So we've come to realize that it's a lot easier for us to take our laundry to a laundromat once a week, spend about an hour and a half, and get the entire batch of laundry done for the week in one fell swoop. So usually when we do that, we get about $25 worth of quarters and change. And then all the extra quarters get put in our game convention fund. So throughout the year, we're putting all this change in the game convention fund. And then we also set aside, you know, my husband will get out, like, say, $300 for the week or whatever to spend, and he'll put 40 or 50 of it aside in a fund, in a slush fund, just in case we need extra money for something. And if we don't need extra money throughout the year, oh, there we go. If we don't need extra money throughout the year, we'll use it at Origins if we need it. So, you know, I think the most we've ever taken to Origins was about $900. So yeah, we have that coming up and all our change. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, that sun is really trying hard to keep through. It's not working real well for it though. You guys, I'm really loving this. This is a fun stitch. Amid Amish life. Oh, and you can apparently buy this as a leaflet. This pattern. It's a Better Homes and Garden leaflet, but it also comes as a leaflet, so you don't have to get the 3 magazines that it was produced in. This is from the just cross stitch and country crafts. March, April, May, June, and July, August from 1987. But you can also get it as a leaflet. Better Homes and Garden. It's called Amid Amish Life. the church bells in the distance. I'm actually kind of glad we haven't heard the volunteer fire department alarm yet. And we also haven't heard a train go by. I'm actually going to turn this down just a little bit. There we go. Alright. Maybe I can go down and do that with the pinks and greens down the walkway and start working on the boat. Because the house is just going to be filling. I don't think we can get much. That's exciting. That is exciting. Oh. Breakfast. Some of it. Let me tie this off, and then I will be. Oh, it's only 30 minutes. Alright. The Stitch With Me video here is another 30 minutes that I got, and I will show you my progress that I've made. So, you can kind of see how that was kind of annoying. But anyway, I will show you my progress. So this is Amid Amish Life. This is where I've gotten so far. I'll put my needle back on there. So today I worked on the purples and blues up in here. Got quite a lot done today. So that's about it. That's about all I have for you guys. Alright, so that's it. I will call this quits for today and leave you there. Have a good one. Keep on keeping on, everybody.